Disneyland cast members have been clashing with the union over parental leave benefits, and the union has negotiated its first contract. It's not what they were looking for. Let's talk about it today on That Marketplace. It's coming to us from Fox News, written by Alexander Hall here, Tyler, and it basically says Magic United, an affiliate of Actors Equity, which represents 1,700 parade, show, and character cast members at Disneyland and Disney, are in the midst of negotiating on a first contract. They're telling Fox News Digital that it is not going smoothly. While most Disneyland employees have been represented by unions for decades, the characters and parades department remain non-union until workers voted to organize in 2024 during California's cost of living crisis after the pandemic. Now, this has led to negotiations between the newly formed union and Disney for a contract. Because this is the workers' union's first contract, both sides are disagreeing over how to characterize Disney's proposals. Disney argues that it's negotiating the initial terms of employment rather than eliminating existing union benefits. The union counters that workers are already receiving benefits like paid parental leave, so excluding them from the first contract would effectively mean that employees are losing those benefits. And the Los Angeles Times noted that although the union said it has been getting movement on a number of health and safety issues, there are other points of contention, including the amount the company matches for employee contributions to their 401k retirement savings plan, and a proposal that limits the number of times a worker could give away a shift without managerial approval. Fox News Digital contacted both parties about the ongoing negotiations, recalling founder Walt Disney's famous anecdote about having founded Disneyland as a place where parents and their children can have fun together, asking whether Disney is fulfilling that mission as negotiations continue. Quote, Disneyland is often presented as the ultimate family-friendly destination, but that's no longer the case. For 1,700 cast members in the characters and parade department who create Disney magic by bringing beloved characters to life in shows, meet and greets, and character dining experiences, a representative for the union said. Disney has proposed eliminating paid parental leave for these workers. And in the first year of a contract, the company presented a 0% wage increase despite a period of high inflation. I mean, California inflates like a balloon. Orange County, California, where Disneyland is located, is also rated as one of the costliest places to live in the United States. The representative claimed further that Disneyland wants to eliminate paid parental leave, cut the number of paid holidays, and the size of 401k contributions, and make it unnecessarily harder for character and parade workers to swap shifts. Al Vincent Jr., Actors Equity Executive Director, told the Los Angeles Times in a report about these negotiations, saying, quote, when you propose to take away paid parental leave from those who work day in and day out to give their families great experiences, that's not family friendly. Tyler, this is absolutely crazy. How are they taking away paid parental leave from these people?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm exhausted, not physically, mentally.
Yes.
When I wrote what Walt would say, I didn't care if I sang it or not. Much like when I created a viral, or I tried to create a viral character, his name was Skipper Dan. I didn't know about the Weird Al song. I had a cousin who worked at Magic Kingdom as a security guard named Daniel, and it was kind of based on him. But anyway, I didn't want to do the part. I didn't want to sing this song. I was just the only one there to do it. I was like, okay, well, if nobody's going to sing this song, I'll do it, whatever. And I did it because I had some frustrations with the Walt Disney Company and how they do things. And I was hoping that maybe we could make the company face the music, quite literally. And then when that didn't happen, I kind of pulled away because I was just so mentally exhausted. And when I see this stuff and listening to you read that, I'm like, this is what I'm talking about. Like,
Yep.
does nobody care? And I'm glad you guys do. There are some other theme park media companies out there that, there's one individual who he gets a lot of hate on social media. He's been nothing but nice to me. Nothing but nice. And I'm not going to say anything bad about the guy. I don't know him well enough to do so. But when I watch some of his videos, I've stopped watching, but there were times when I watched some of his videos and he would get so frustrated. I don't even have an example, but he would get so frustrated, quote unquote, about things that was going on Maybe it was a popcorn bucket, or like, why aren't you giving us this? Why aren't you doing that? And I'm like, dude, there are other things that you need to be paying attention to, like this. Now, I'm not as knowledgeable when it comes to Disneyland Resort and the things, because I know it's basically two separate entities. You know, they run
Yeah.
things differently. So I'm not really as knowledgeable in that, but it's sad. It's very, very sad.
It is. You got to take care of your people because the cast members are the most important part of the theme parks,
Absolutely.
Tyler. They are the lifeblood. They're the ones that create the experience that get people to spend their money and come back for more. It used to be that the Disney cast members were a drawing point, like back in the day. And back then, Disney cast members were held to a far different standard than they are today. There were the appearance guidelines, which have been thrown out the window, which I can't stand every single day. You
Well,
go
that's
there
a
and now
whole
there's
other conversation because
right.
you're part of the cast. Like
Mm-hmm.
you're supposed to look the part. And why
But
that's even up for argument, I don't understand.
well, the entertainment cast members now, you're talking about parades and characters and things like that. I mean, these are people that probably create the most direct magic. Not everybody, obviously, from the custodial staff to the food servers to the balloon vendors to the the merch people in the stores. They all work as cogs in the machine that create the Disney experience. But the character performers and the parade performers probably have the most direct impact on what guests walk
Yes.
away with.
Yes.
And so to not take care of those people means you're going to get a lower a lower I'm trying to how to say this, like you're not going to get people who are nearly as good as the people that you are getting, because first of all, Disney notoriously doesn't pay very well. You know, they very notoriously don't pay super well. But they also they can kind of get away with that almost. Sorry, I saw a message and looked at it. Apparently I was clipping out. It's not just that they don't pay well, it's that they believe that the Disney experience and being a part of Disney is enough to pull these people in. That's the draw of the company. Well, I watched a video recently. It's a phenomenal video. I don't remember what the YouTube channel was, but it was a full report on the college program and what a scam that is. That they pull these college kids in and they put them up in these apartments that are
That's not a thing anymore, is it? Vista Way.
Vista Way, I think, is gone. There's like a whole bunch of different ones now. But like they put them up in these apartments and they did the math and they realized that they're charging them far higher in rent than what is typical for the area in Orlando. So that these kids are getting raked hand over fist. And so the Disney's charging them for the rent. And then, they're working for it. So that gets taken right out of their wages. They're paying them a pittance. And, like basically like saying, hey, take a break out of your college education to come be a fast food worker in our theme park for 3 months. And so like that, they just don't treat their people as well as you would think a company like this would. Jessica Jarkey, a Disneyland Resort spokesperson, has contested these claims, claiming that to Fox News Digital, Disneyland Resort values its cast members, offers competitive benefits, and is proud of its long history of working collaboratively with the unions that represent them. Disney as a company has said that it is committed to negotiations with Magic United, noting to Fox News that there appears to be some confusion in the comparison to Walt Disney World in Florida, where there are no state disability payments for parental leave like those provided in California. So I guess they're trying to say that the state disability payments for parental leave counteract the need for paid parental leave, which I don't think that maths correctly. Disney also told Fox News Digital that it is not proposed to limit the ability to trade shifts, but the proposal only limits the number of times a cast member can give away a ship without managerial approval. Disney also said that Disneyland Resort has proposed wage increases over the term of the agreement, and while it is not offering an immediate wage increase, it has continued to provide annual increases to this bargaining unit as negotiations progress. So Disney is trying to say that it's doing everything correctly. There was another report that came out of the New York Post, though, Tyler, of another Disney entertainment performer, a legendary Disney performer who went scorched earth on the company after being fired following vicious sexuality rumor. A Disneyland performer who spent 33 years entertaining millions as a member of the iconic Dapper Dan's Quartet claims Disney pushed him aside in favor of younger performers and blackballed him after he was falsely accused of making comments about a coworker's sexuality, according to a new lawsuit. Now, Bill Lewis, who began working at Disneyland in 1992 in the Goofy Tunes Up show before becoming a longtime member of the Dapper Dan's Quartet and the Bootstrappers Pirate Band, alleges that his hours were slashed after the park reopened following COVID. When Disneyland resumed operations in April 2021, Lewis says he learned through a group text that the Bootstrappers had returned to the stage without him. That's insane. Lewis, who turned 65 that July, claims Disney excluded him and several of its oldest regular performers while replacing them with substantially younger musicians, according to the lawsuit obtained by the California Post. After management told him full-time cast members were being prioritized over casual regular employees, Lewis alleges he discovered one of the younger musicians who took over his pre-pandemic work held the same casual regular status as he did, according to the lawsuit. That's ridiculous. Lewis also claimed that he was blackballed after another cast member allegedly spread rumors that he made comments about a park director's sexual orientation. The lawsuit says the allegation was never substantiated and no witnesses ever came forth claiming to have heard that Lewis made the remark. As a result, Lewis says his hours just kept disappearing, preventing him from earning benefits. He worked 287 hours in 2023 and just 74 in 2024, which is a 74% decrease in working time. He only worked 14 hours in 2025, according to the lawsuit. Insane. After 34 years with the company, Lewis was forced from the position he had devoted his adult life to under a cloud of false accusations and professional isolation, causing lasting damage to his reputation, dignity, and legacy within the Disneyland entertainment community. Lewis also says he has no reasonable alternative except to retire and sent an email constructively terminating his position on March 2nd, 2026. He's now seeking special and exemplary damages along with attorney fees. The Walt Disney Company was contacted for comment, but I guess did not do so. And here's some more, pictures of him throughout the years. Man, this guy gave 30 some odd years of his life to this company, and this is what they do. They throw him out for younger performers. I guess that's heinous, man. That's awful.
I don't understand it because, like, I'm trying to think of how to articulate this correctly. I would crave the advice and wisdom of seniority.
Absolutely.
So these young people that want to push the older people out, I see it a lot. I mean, especially in the music business. It doesn't make sense to me. I mean, it really doesn't, because what are the kids thinking? Like, who are you going to learn from? I guess they think maybe it's that generation. I don't know. Maybe it's my generation or the one younger. They think they know it all. I don't know. I don't want to sound like an old man. But I don't get it. And this guy, obviously, how many years did you say?
34, I believe it was.
3 decades. 3 decades. That's nuts.
I mean, so let's look at what he looks like, Tyler. What do you notice immediately? He's older, he's a he, and he's white. Which means we've been hearing a lot in Disney that they are trying to turn their cast into more of this ethnic rainbow that they want. And one of the ways that they do so, that I've heard from multiple cast members that have been let go, is these rumors get spread that these people are doing or saying something inappropriate. And that's what it sounds like happened here. Like, all of a sudden you spread the rumor that they're a homophobe, and suddenly, it makes it easier for Disney to start pushing them out. And then they replace them with younger, more diverse people. Now, I don't know who replaced him, if it was somebody more diverse than him, but I mean, he's definitely being replaced by people that are younger than him. And that's ageism right there. So not only are they denying these people paid parental leave, not only are they denying them a pay raise in the initial period of this contract, but they're also taking their legacy performers and treating them like this. It's honestly shameful. Like, and it really should be, put on blast, I think.
I think above all, the Walt Disney, I've said this for years, the Walt Disney Company has a problem, and it's not necessarily the problem that people might think it is. Like, oh, I know what their problem is. It's this kind of ism, or they fear this type of individual. No, they fear Walt. And what I mean by that is one person who says no. Walt knew what he wanted, and he got things done. I've said this numerous times. I'm going to continue to say it. Walt would not be allowed to succeed in today's society.
Correct.
If social media, and it's not because of who he was or anything like that, it's because he knew what he wanted, and he said no. I mean, think about it this way. I think it was Please don't quote me on this. I'm supposed to be the Walt Disney aficionado. I think it was Ward Kimball, but I feel like that's wrong. Anyway, one of his Nine Old Men animators worked on, famously, we know, the soup sequence in Snow White, and he worked on it for, ever. And Walt came to his office, I think, and was like, I'm going to have to cut it. I'm going to have to cut this scene. And this dude had worked so hard, like on this one sequence. And today, I feel people would be so vindictive, and they'd be like, "How dare he? I worked on that, and screw that guy, and whatever." And they would make up rumors about him.
Oh, yeah.
You can't do that. You have to sit back, and you have to be like, "Hey, look, I want to be in Walt's position. Go start your own company." Don Bluth did it. I mean, go do your own thing. And we all love the things that Don Bluth did.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
So I mean, like, if you don't like it and you want to be in Walt's chair and you don't think that you can, go do your own thing. Don't be afraid to do it. You can. This is America. You can do anything you want to do.
It's never been easier to go out there and get done.
But don't
what you
throw
want to do.
somebody under the bus, because I don't like to use the word jealousy. I say this all the time, because if I do, I feel like I'm insinuating I think people have a reason to be jealous, and I don't. But jealousy is a thing, and people get so jealous, and they want to throw people under the bus and whatever, and say rumors, and it's horrible. We all just need to get along. I know it sounds like something on a greeting card, but it's true. We all just need to get along.
Amen, brother. So, guys, if you are an aspiring performer looking to make your mark in the theme park world, best
Epic
to not.
Universe. No.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching That Park Plays News. For more information, consider checking out www.thatparkplace.com. And don't forget to subscribe, share, like, and send this out on your favorite social media accounts.